Haddish is facing a lawsuit alongside comedian Aries Spears in which she's accused of molestation. A 22-year-old woman identified as Jane Doe and her 14-year-old brother identified as John Doe filed the complaint in Los Angeles Superior Court. The document details that they were 14 and 7 when Haddish and Spears allegedly had them participate in sexually suggestive videos. It claims that Haddish groomed the plaintiffs, leaving them, quote, traumatized for life. Jane Doe allegedly has never dated since out of fear of being taken advantage of again, and John Doe has developed depression and anxiety. Jane Doe said that the memory resurfaced when a similar scene in Haddish's 2017 film Girls Trip made her, quote, realize the severity of what happened to her. Attorneys for Haddish and Spears have called the allegations bogus and a shakedown. They say the plaintiff's mother has tried to assert these claims for years and that every lawyer has dropped the case after realizing the claims were meritless.
Hi guys, so I just wanted to come on and to touch on this whole story with Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish. I'm not gonna lie, there's some questions on both sides for me. I do question why the daughter, who was 14 at the time, now she's 22, why to my understanding, though, however, the mother have been going after them for a while. So I don't know. I don't know how true all of this is, but I'm just kind of curious to why the daughter didn't speak out before. In the article I was reading, she was saying that she did not go to her mother in the beginning because the mother then said in the same article that she didn't even find out about the video, what was in the video, what the video was about, until she saw an article on Gossip. And that's when she found out about the video, excuse me. And that's when she went after Tiffany at that point. So I don't know how much time went by in between. But yeah, there's definitely questions on both sides because Aries and Tiffany are trying to make it sound like it's some type of shakedown, like people are just after money. However, if you did not put these children under contract to do this, because anytime you're filming anything and you're going to use these people's images, there should be some paperwork that go along with that. I'm sure everybody understand that. Like that would only make sense. And you have to be there are laws behind using children in Hollywood as well, to protect them. So I don't really understand that part. But yeah, so I'm just kind of waiting to see how that's going to play out. Tiffany is saying she can't talk because of legal reasons. He kind of put it out there that it's all a setup or they're trying to get money out of them. Well, did you pay them in the beginning? Because you should have paid them if you had these kids in this video. And then you guys had this video on, I think it was a web show called Funny or Die. And I'm sure there was some type of money generated. And then because this was a few years ago, Aries was already an established comedian and Tiffany was not. So it's possible that she was following behind him. You know, I will give her that much grace. Um, but it's still disturbing. Like you don't take nobody's kids and do anything with them like that without the parents' consent and full understanding and being present, right? Especially in something as sensitive as you touching them and yeah, no, I just can't. I can't get behind it. It's really outrageous to me to think that somebody would do that, take off with somebody's kids, say, "Oh, let me watch your kids for today," and then the next thing you look up, there is some, perverted style, if you will, video. And this was not for educational purposes, right? And so, to me, I would also like for them. What's the humor in this? Because I don't really find anything funny, even with the concept. I don't find anything funny because I didn't see the whole thing, nor do I want to. From what I was seeing, Tiffany kept dropping the little boy. I never saw the daughter because I didn't watch the full thing. I saw enough, but she kept dropping the little boy off with Aries Spears, who was supposed to be uncle, whoever. Um, and he then starts saying how, oh, thanks for leaving, saying all this disgusting stuff. None of it's funny to me. I don't find it funny. Like, there was some reference to Michael Jackson, people leaving their kids with Michael Jackson. It's still not funny. There's nothing funny about alluding to anything like that, to playing out anything like that, and try to file that under humor. And that's just my opinion. Um, a lot of people want them arrested, of course, because that is absolutely it. Word, because they were touching the little boy. She had the little boy in her hand, and then she passed him to the man, and he had the little boy in compromising positions from the 2 minutes that I saw. So they definitely were touching this child. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. I can understand the mother's frustration, and them wanting monies if they were not compensated for that, because they should have been. That should not have just been a thing. Oh, I'm babysitting you. In exchange, you guys are gonna jump in this video, or if she was trying to, because then I think they were saying she was trying to help them. Maybe she was trying to help them get into acting as their coach or something. I don't know. It's all weird to me. Let me know what you guys thought about that whole story. Um, some people feel like maybe this happened because of the Lizzo situation. I don't know. I think that maybe it was going to happen anyway. Um, Now, if he knew that they were going to go public with this, like, I think he would have held his tongue on that Lizzo nonsense. But then at the same time, we never know when that interview was recorded. It could just be a coincidence that these situations collided at the same time, because he could have filmed that interview with the dialogue long before it aired, right? Because people do take time to edit the content, right? They decide on a date to have it done because they may have other things that they have to put out as well. So I don't know what you guys think about the whole situation in the comments. I don't know, what to you guys, what part of that falls under humor? Like, I think goes back to what I was saying about these comedians before. Like, people just don't have what it takes. They don't have the talent, the wit, the brilliance to write jokes that are actually funny. So they fall into this thing of doing shock value type stuff, which is corny to me. At the same time, they do this shock value type stuff to get laughs that way, in hopes that people will see some humor in it, that they would go that far. But it leaves a disturbing stir in you about these individuals, that they would do that and then actually give that to some other production company and tell them to air it. Like, it's beyond me. It's above me, as the guy would say. I really don't get it. And of course, Funny or Die, Free or Die, child. Funny or Die. They of course pulled it. They allegedly they're claiming that they didn't know what was in the video until they actually started hearing about it, and that's when they decide to pull the video from their service. So I don't know. I think if they did not put the mother and the kids under some type of contract before, I think the mother and the children have a right to come after them for some type of monetary gain. And if the little girl feels that she is suffering in some type of way, that's a whole nother topic. You don't get to dismiss that, because you should never have put that child in that position in the first place. You don't get to dismiss anything that she feels, because however she says she feels is probably valid, considering all things considering. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments, and it just speaks volumes of how people need to continue to understand they must watch their children at all times. You cannot just leave your children with people that you think, just because they're a celebrity, or you think that they can help them in some kind of way. You still have to keep an eye on your children, and always feel the need to stay present with them. Let me know what you guys think about this whole topic, and I'll see you in the next video.